All right, Bruce with Targeted Wealth Creation back at you for Yield Max distributions. You have to buy on Wednesday, 122. That's today. Ex dividend is tomorrow, 123, and they pay on 124. So, for those of you that are familiar with Group A, TSLY, ARC, GUI, Zomo, YBIT, Crash, Snowy, TSMY, YMAX, and YMAG, of course, and then three other funds. FLGY, LFGY. However, I haven't figured that one out, but I like it because it's a consortium of crypto. All right, and Feet and Phoebe. I'll get into those Dorsey Wright in a minute and give you a little prelude to that. But let's jump over here and take a, yeah, let's take, which one have I got open? I've got 5E. So let me bring this over. So the Dorsey Wright funds are managed, duh, by Dorsey Wright. So they have some of their own type of things, and I think YIELDMAX just wants to bring more stuff to the table, which they really should. I like some of the newer stuff. I'm going to have to watch these closely, but at least I can see the underlyings on what they own, and you're seeing a fair amount, even in FIBE, the Dorsey Wright. You're looking at MicroStrategy, you're looking at Meta, Coinbase, Netflix, Tesla, MicroStrategy, Coinbase, Meta, Tesla, Netflix, right? So they can do some things on top of them, but kind of interesting nonetheless. All right, so that is for 5e, and that's referred to as the hybrid 5. Feet is a little more. What I did was I have them over here on the right, what the names are: Crypto Industry and Tech Portfolio Income ETF in my Excel note comments. Dorsey Wright for Feet, the featured, okay, percentage income ETFs, and 5e being the Dorsey Wright hybrid and income ETF. That's because they've got Meta, they've got some other companies that aren't just pure crypto and things. All right, well, having said that, let's jump in here to what the data, and then I'm going to show you what's in Lethargy here. So let's go across the board again to remind you. This isn't quite as relative, this 7-2 now. What I'm going to do is just keep tracking a 6 month, current 6 months. You know, every time I knock one month out and add the next one for those that are on monthlies, then I'll do, okay, how are they doing? Because there's nothing worse than having a bad period if it's 3 or 4 months ago and the numbers don't look as good as they could. I mean, it's real, uh, but I also just want to keep a trending 6 month. Okay. And I need to do one or two things to it to get that. But I wanted to get this out. I just had a 10-day vacation in Asia and Thailand. So um, I didn't do some stuff in the last week. I got my round hill out, updated all that. I'm getting Group A out, and I thought I would get into this. So Tesla, this is what you care about. Let me do what I typically do with these, and I make them yellow. So that's just easy source. Move my cursor out of your way. There's your actual 71.70 for Tesla. Not one of its higher. I mean, look back over. There's an 81. There's a $1.09. Oh, there's a 59, and there's a $1.28. So all over the place, right? Elon's got his challenges. He's busy in Doge. The man is just super, super busy. But if anybody can handle it, he can handle it. I'm still very optimistic on Tesla overall. These Optimus things just look better and better, these robots, and having some kind of rental program. Who wants to go out and spend 20,000 to 30,000 on a home robot, and you don't know how well you're going to like it or how good it is, but you go out and rent something, you know, or lease it. That's a fabulous way just to find out. And these things are going to get better and better over time. All right. So 7170, ORIC 3298. All right. As a reminder, whenever I put these prices in, there are only three colors they'll be red, they'll be green, or they'll be white. White says we didn't have one last month. Okay. Now, in some fairness, we're going to have LFGY here every week, just like we're going to have YMAX and um, YMAG. But what I do with them is I go back on the previous month, okay, in that group A and say, okay, what was the price in the group A a month ago? Remember, since they pay every week, they go from group A, group B, group C, group D, right? And so this new lethargy that came out at $50, by the way, on January 13th, and it's 54.34. Sure, crypto's up, but very positive, right? So the other ones a little less so in the Dorsey Wright, but they came out December 17th, so they're over a month old. 49.71, 48.34. Okay, 49.78, 48.79. Okay, so again, I hope these don't become a trendsetter that basically just pay pretty good, but Navy Road, not my favorite, right? Well, why can't we get a little of win-win? Um, all right. So looking across the yields, Tesla is still at its 1446 price, is yielding, okay, 106. So that the yield is captured here down along with it. I'm not going to read every one to you. You guys are talented enough to do that on your own, but just try and point out things that I think some analysis will help. So I'm going to be tracking these closely. I'll build up 1 month, 2 month, 3 month for these new guys, and I'll have this updated a little better for you. But interesting that the NAV, because this last period of 6 months plus is not very good. And so some of these are just barely TSMY, 0.15. Who cares, right? It was $20.01, and I guess it was $20.03 back on 7/2. Again, which date? If I go to 8/2, maybe it looks a lot better. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure they're absolutely 6 months. Roll one out, roll a new one in for you guys. All right, so you can see nice yields. Okay, but this guy is a weekly payer, and what does it have in it? Well, and it also owns the underlying shares, so can participate in the upside. Okay, 71.51 on a weekly payment of 74 cents. So you could be out there in the $2 range. A Misty Junior, Coney Junior, something like that. Um, so again, if you're crypto, I was saying in that, in my other video, I really have to get it and analyze. It looks like we're getting up for a run to 125, 130, 133, if it's going to happen, okay, and then probably a pullback. But let's see what Trump does to favor that. I see a lot of the AI stuff coming along that's very positive for all the investment kind of stuff. Very, very positive. Yeah, I even see that NVIDIA, NVIDIA has surprised me a little bit and gotten further ahead on some of their hardware stuff, which bodes well for them over the next 6 months to a year. So if these big guys are going to buy up what they should be buying up to stay on top of it, not only when we have huge electrical demands and drill baby drill, but we'll also have a lot in the way of AI. AI can solve a lot of problems given the right coding around it and a lot of other things. It really changes the game, but not without a big investment. You have to invest to gain on anything. And we're talking investments here. All right, people. Let's see if there's anything else that stands out. Let me show you what This is LFGY, okay? So it owns MicroStrategy. Look at the shares, Coinbase, right? iShares or iBit, okay? Mara, CleanSpark, Core Scientific, Hut 8, a lot of miners, as you might expect, Bitcoin miners, Riot. Okay, BitDeer. I'll have to look into BitDeer and Applied Digital. All the others I recognize instantly, but I suspect they're one form or another of mining with crypto or some other technological approach. Um, and this iBit is another way. That's what YBTC bases their fund on, kind of like a BitO. All right, guys. So that's what I've got for you. Again, this is Bruce with Targeted Wealth Creation Company and with YIELDMAX. I've got more. I've really got to catch back up on some stuff. Had a great time in Thailand. If you haven't been, it's a great. I didn't time it, purposely for Chinese New Year, but that was going in. And the cultures of those countries are, I wouldn't say they're greatly similar, but they do have some similarities. Asian countries in general have more similarities than they do with the West in their, if they're Buddhist and some of their beliefs and what all and how they operate. So anyway, had a great time with all that, but look forward to get back in the saddle here. Hope you guys are doing well. You got to buy these today, Wednesday 122, if you spot something you want to get paid on 124. All right, Bruce with Targeted Wealth Creation. It's not financial advice. This is for fun and entertainment. See ya. Have a great one. Bye for now.